Holy hell, America. Democratic Congressman Ted Lieu just walked up to a microphone and eviscerated the entire Republican Party so cleanly that their talking points are still bleeding on the floor. If you care about affordable medicine, if you're sick of being lied to about tariffs, and if you've been waiting for someone in power to say the quiet part loud about the Epstein files, drop everything. This is the moment we've been waiting
to
for.
hide.
So Republicans have continued to attack healthcare. They passed a law and enacted policies to make healthcare more expensive. They made deep cuts to Medicaid. There's a $500 billion cut slated for Medicare. And the Affordable Care Act is going to dramatically increase because of Republicans' attacks on healthcare. Yesterday, a Gallup poll came out showing that this is now weighing on American people's minds in a very big way. Nearly half of the American people, 47%, believe they cannot afford healthcare next year. And then Gallup asked a second question about drug prices. And 1 in 5 Americans say they or one of their family members can no longer afford prescription drugs. That is the highest that survey has ever recorded since they asked that question. And so we're asking Donald Trump Republicans to get serious and work with Democrats on bringing down healthcare costs instead of increasing healthcare costs. And nothing Republicans are doing this week is going to help reduce the cost of healthcare. We also know that other costs are rising. And so they put out a statistic about consumer price index changes to groceries from January to September of this year. It shows that coffee increased 15.3%, ground beef increased 14.2%, and bananas increased 7.9%. So Trump's tariffs and the rubber stamp Republican House members are increasing costs at grocery stores as well. We recently saw that the Trump administration is going to lower tariffs on some grocery items. That is finally an acknowledgement that Donald Trump has been lying to American people all along. Tariffs, in fact, are not paid by foreign countries. They're paid by Americans. That's why grocery prices have gone up, and that's why they're going to continue to go up, because most tariffs are still on a lot of grocery items and a lot of products. We're asking Donald Trump to stop these tax increases on Americans and deal with affordability, which is at the top of Americans' minds. The president doesn't want these files out, and one reason we know that is because the president can order these files to be released right now. It's very clear that the Department of Justice acts as Donald Trump's lapdog. He says jump, they say how high, and they've done everything of his bidding. He could just tell the Attorney General to release the files, and she would do it. So the fact that he hasn't done that shows that he is just playing a game. He doesn't really want these files to be released. And the other reason that the discharge petition succeeded and that Speaker Johnson and the president appear to have reversed is because Republicans got their asses kicked earlier this month in the elections. Democrats didn't just win in blue states like Virginia and California and New Jersey. Democrats won in every state in which there was an election. Georgia, Mississippi, Pennsylvania, Maine, and the Republicans have noticed. And now you see more Republicans standing up to Donald Trump, who is now a weight and anchor on the Republican Party. And you see Republicans showing more courage to stand up for the American people to finally do the right thing. My view of why there's been so many discharge petitions and successful ones is because of failed Republican House leadership. A discharge petition is an end run around the Speaker and around Republican leadership. And when Republican leadership is protecting pedophiles, you're going to have Democrats, Republicans going, that's insane. You cannot do that. And that's why this discharge petition was successful. And because Republican House leadership is out of step with the overwhelming majority of the American people, that's why you're seeing these discharge petitions being filed and why some of them are succeeding. I support a ban on members of Congress trading individual stocks. I also think people need to look at the President of the United States. It is massive corruption going on in the White House. The Swiss basically gave him a personalized gold bar. The country of Qatar gave him a used jumbo jet. You've got his family making huge amounts of money off of crypto, and the president pardoned a criminal because that person was with a company that helps his family with crypto. The amount of corruption in the White House is insane, unconscionable levels. And in addition to the Stock Act, we need to look at putting some real serious ethics into the White House. The only way to end the Ukraine-Russia conflict is to stop Vladimir Putin. And you can do that by defeating his troops on the battlefield. You can do that by increasing pressure economically through sanctions. And the United States and Europe should be doing all of that. Because it should be obvious over the years, you're not going to get Putin to the negotiating table unless he is stopped. And that's why we need to give Ukraine maximum support.
What's good, patriots? If you're new here, smash that like button right now, hit subscribe, ring the bell, because we tell the truth the corporate media is too scared to touch. I'm a left-wing patriot who believes real patriotism means fighting for working people, not shielding pedophiles and tax cheats wearing flag pins. Let's get into it. Ted Lieu started with the issue that's crushing American families harder than anything else right now: healthcare. A brand new Gallup poll says 47% of us, nearly half the country, believe we straight up cannot afford healthcare next year. 1 in 5 of us can't pay for life-saving prescriptions. That's not a statistic, that's a national emergency. And who made it worse? Republicans. They gutted Medicaid, they have a $500 billion Medicare cut already teed up, and they spent years trying to kill the Affordable Care Act. Every time they scream socialism about Medicare for all, remember they're the ones who made your insulin cost more than a car payment. Then Lieu went straight for the jugular on groceries. Coffee up 15%, ground beef up 14%, even bananas up almost 8%. Why? Because Donald Trump's precious tariffs are not paid by China, they're paid by you every time you check out at Walmart. Even Trump's own people are quietly rolling some of them back now because the political damage is undeniable. That's not winning. That's admitting you got caught robbing the American people and hoping nobody notices. But the part that made my jaw hit the floor? The Epstein files. Ted Lieu looked dead into the camera and said what every honest person already knows. Donald Trump could pick up the phone today, call his hand-picked attorney general, and order every single Epstein document released tomorrow. He hasn't. He won't. Because he's terrified of what's in them. Republicans only flipped on this after Democrats and survivors forced a discharge petition, and after the GOP got absolutely crushed in every single election this month. Red states, blue states, didn't matter. They didn't find a conscience. They found a survival instinct. When even Republicans are willing to bypass their own speaker to get these files out, you know the dam is cracking. Lieu didn't stop there. He called this the most corrupt White House in modern American history and backed it up. Foreign leaders handing Trump personalized gold bars, Qatar gifting him a used jumbo jet, his family raking in crypto cash, pardoning criminals who helped them do it. This isn't America first. This is Trump and his friends first. Screw everybody else. Quick word on Ukraine, because Lieu nailed this too. The only way you get Putin to the table is by making him lose. More weapons, tougher sanctions, full support for Ukraine. Anything less is a green light for every dictator watching to invade the next country. Real patriots stand with democracies under attack. Here's the bottom line: family. Ted Lieu just proved that when we fight, we win. Survivors and Democrats forced the Epstein conversation into the light. Voters punished Republicans at the ballot box. Pressure works. So keep calling your reps, keep showing up. Keep sharing videos like this one. Because the mask is off, and the American people are done being lied to by grifters who wrap themselves in the flag while they sell the country out. If that fires you up the way it fires me up, do 3 things right now. Smash the like button so this reaches more people. Subscribe and hit the bell. We drop truth every single day. Comment, release the files if you're with us. This is our country. Time to take it back. I'll see you in the next one. Stay angry, stay organized, and never stop fighting. Peace.